Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. It's going to be talking about Adin Ross, who apparently was cancelled on Twitter for using slurs, whether the F word, like you can tell, homophobic slurs, and the person I'll be also bringing up is Jade Lucky, because apparently he did do a cover of the I Show Speed situation, and apparently he is supposedly sharing the situation of what's going on with Adin Ross, and he might get canceled. Apparently, he is gonna get canceled for this. Even though I don't think it's even that of a big deal, to be honest. Because yeah, people tend to say stupid shit online. Like even though it's really even I think from what I understand from while he was streaming, he didn't realize somebody was recording this. So he wasn't recording the video, he was just simply talking on stream with his chat. Like, I think that's the thing when you live stream is that there's a chance that someone might record it and you have to be 100% sure and be aware that someone is watching you. But like again, there are a lot of people defending him, and because if you think about it, he's one of the biggest streamers out there in the world. Like, he's the same guy that was telling people that was there, who was collaborating with iShowSpeed, who was also really close with Bronny. I think that's where he got his fame from, playing video games with LeBron James' son. But it seems like he's the one. But yeah, from what I understand, there's more to him that meets the eye. Like, and what I mean by that, like, apparently it's like he's the one that's operating with Discord with all these guys that he communicates with. He does all these live chats with all these hot girls. These men come up, they respect him. They're even willing to ask him advice for dating, like how to try to approach a girl. And then he'll do like these chats, like where they actually collaborate with these girls. They communicate and they try to get to know them better. And these are like popular like Instagram models. Either these are girls on TikTok, whoever. And he's also close. And I think this is also, you guys need to hear this too. I don't know whether, even if I'm pretty sure a lot of you are aware, like he's also in a relationship with Pammy Baby. I think that's where she got how she grew. Like, and I personally feel like he made a lot of these influencers. If you think about it, that's how popular he is. He helped grow these other influencers, these popular content creators, all that, like, because they realize if they communicate with him, they approach him, talk to him, try to get on FaceTime camera with him, and then they record it. They feel they're gonna get just as much spotlight as him, even if they may not excel, they may not be above him. The only person I could say who's excelled after Adin Ross has to be iShowSpeed, to be honest. Because this guy already has like 10 million subscribers because of his raging. But even though it sounds like I'm going off topic, I'm literally talking about why he has a huge fan base that's willing to defend him. There are people saying he should be canceled because thinking that he should have known the consequences. That if you as a huge influencer, someone who's very popular, you also have to learn to be appropriate. You have to be considerate, especially in this day and age with society has gone very soft. And personally, I don't even care whether he's a softie. Honestly, I can tell he's a good guy. Just because someone swears, like this is one thing that irritates me. Just because someone swears and uses these slurs, as long as it's not like you're not going around harassing people, trying to start shit, I don't have an issue with that person. He seems like a cool dude overall. Even though I don't know, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go into his personal life, but I can see why a lot of these guys, a lot of these up and coming influencers want to approach him, why they're willing to even hang out with him. You'll see that in his videos. You have a lot of people hanging out with him. I remember, if I recall, he was on camera. He had a picture with Lil Uzi Vert, who's another rapper, but like, I don't think he made him popular. But I think it was just that he was willing. He was eager to see him and meet him and just try to figure what the type of person Adin Ross is, consider how popular he's grown. Though I truly think the reason why he's even growing, I think it's simply because he has these connections with other influencers who are very popular. I feel like had he not met with Bronny, just imagine like if he wasn't close with him, he wouldn't be that popular. But again, with the incident, although yes, Jake Lucky was the one who covered it, I'm just here to share my opinion as always. Like, even though he's been accused, the one thing that was really irritating is that like I did watch the live stream. It was censored. I don't know entirely what he said. They did censor, and then the guy who he was communicating with, that he was talking with, he sounded like he had a cold. I don't even know who he was talking to be honest, because I don't really care, to be honest. But if you see the chat after he made that slur while watching this video with the boxing match that occurred in Baltimore, you see like the viewers in the chat, they're like, oh my god, what the fuck? He really said that, making it, being very dramatic, being exaggerating, saying, wow, he said he made an inappropriate slur, like he's so mean, wow. Like, and I mean, they were spamming the chat, like literally. And I think that's what kind of like gave people, probably Twitter, reason to cancel him, because of the amount of like, whether, I don't know whether they were complaining, but the reaction. I feel like personally has to do with the reaction that he was getting from the viewers that are watching his videos. But again, like, yes, there are times I like, that's the thing that really pisses me off. Just because someone is over the top, they can be over the top. I don't have an issue. Like, but I understand there's there are boundaries that you need to follow. There are just some things you can't do. But again, it's not like he broke a very serious rule. I understand they want him to be, considering his age, yes, he's an adult. He's very popular. They want him to be mature. But there are times where people will swear, they'll say stupid stuff, because sometimes you're not entirely thinking straight. You're not always gonna be perfect when you speak. I'm not perfect when I speak. But again, it's really annoying because I guarantee some people, I'm pretty sure the majority, I don't know, I can't say about everybody, but there are a lot of people that swear in private. Yeah, because they feel embarrassed if they say any of those things in public, because people are gonna respond and talk about, oh, hey, you should calm down. Like, is there an issue? Like, they want people questioning them. But honestly, like, to be real, my opinion about this, I don't see why he should be even canceled in the first place. I don't really agree. I'm not saying I'm a huge fan, but it doesn't make it just doesn't seem like a big deal. Like, he's not hurting anybody. I don't remember a time where he actually even got in a fight with somebody. He seems like a cool dude. I never seen a time where he actually threatened somebody's life. Like, he seems normal, honestly. People tend to swear because it just comes out. If you think of what I mean, like, it comes out. I think they say it out of how they feel. I think it's out of, like, literally it's out of their emotions, because people have the right to react and respond the way they do, depending how they truly feel. I'm thinking that, yeah, maybe it was a little overboard. Maybe there are people who feel offended. But it is one thing if he said it in front of those people, or he's like trying to make a video, trying to intimidate people, wanting them to pull up at his house, his property, or wanting to do something. Yes, I can understand then they need to take action and take the initiative to make sure that it doesn't happen again, that he doesn't go around and like taunting people and trying to escalate the situation. But again, like, I personally, even if he does get canceled Twitter, it does not mean he is losing monetization, because I'm pretty sure like he's well known on YouTube, he's well known on Instagram, he's well known on TikTok. So if he's able to make money off those other platforms, he's in the clear regardless. Because Twitter, like, I understand, is one of those very hyper. It's very one of those overly sensitive websites. So I'm pretty sure he's aware that it's their rule. So even if he made one mistake, even if the mistakes that he's made in the past aren't too severe, this really should not affect him. Because I don't personally, I'll be honest, I rarely use Twitter, because I really can't, I don't really amount on this. There's nothing really I can do to help elevate me. So for him, he shouldn't see it as a loss. It's not a huge loss, to be honest, because you can't really make something on Twitter. It's mainly just to share a few of your posts, just to maybe possibly interact with people who are on the site who don't go to any other social media sites, people that you can't come in contact with from throughout other social media platforms. So maybe that could be the reason why he's using it. But Twitter is one of those sites. It's not even popular at all. Like that, I don't even bother using since it's not really helping me. I would rather use other social media sites to help back up my platform, to help back up my content, because I figure this is really working out for me. So there's no real reason to actually rely on Twitter. So he needs to realize that Twitter isn't really the way to go, and he has other platforms to help him. So I'm pretty sure he's not down. He's actually elevated and then gone further into his career and realized that he can do better for himself, and that he doesn't care. He truly should not care what other people think, and that there are people that will put him down, and that he's always gonna have a big fan base. Because if you think about it, the haters are what helped elevate him. Because without haters, you wouldn't become as popular. He wouldn't become as popular as he is already now. I remember a time, like, I think when he went to I remember it was like a theme park. I remember he had a hater that approached him. I don't know. I think it's because he didn't give him an autograph. He didn't respond. He ignored him, and then he wanted to fight Amos. But Amos was smart enough to back away from the situation, because you know that's the persona that he needs to show, is that he needs to be able to make himself feel comfortable. He needs to ignore these people and just do what he does best, and then that will keep his fan base alive. And I'm pretty sure that with his fan base, that it's going to be very, very hard to for anybody, not anybody, but for him to entirely be canceled, unless he gets several complaints from the majority of his fan base, and then realize that he's betrayed them, and that they need to move past this, and that they had so much faith in him, and realize that, you know what, there's no point, because now that I feel so betrayed, I don't need him now. I was expecting more. I was expecting so much from him. Now it's like he's not the same Adin Ross. But again, he's gonna toss that aside and figure what's best for himself, and he doesn't need people testing him. And then he pretty much suggests that the one thing I'm sure he's aware that what he's really capable of, and those sites that I've talked about, even especially without Twitter, those are what he really needs for him to get back up again. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully expect for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.